Welcome to the Beachwood Business Compass podcast. Here, our mission is simple. We provide the tools, insight, and opportunities to enable businesses to connect with local resources and provide them avenues to be able to thrive. By sharing success stories, offering expert advice, and spotlighting valuable community resources, we aim to provide Beachwood businesses the opportunity to achieve growth, overcome challenges, and unlock new possibilities. Businesses that are seeking opportunities to connect with consumers and community members here within the city of Beachwood have some unique opportunities. Today, we're meeting with Derek Schroeder, Community Services Director, and Ryan Kennedy, who is a graphic designer for the city of Beachwood. Both have successfully been implementing programs within the city for both residents and business owners to help them bring meaningful engagement with one another. We're going to talk about some of these unique opportunities and really talk about some of the events that you guys have built here within the community. So I'd love to know just a little bit more. I have been to several of the events, love them. The city goes above and beyond to really bring some amazing opportunities for residents and for businesses when you look at it from that respect. So tell me a little bit more about some of the events that you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, the community services team is, a small but mighty team that tries to bring people together, and we do that through many, many events throughout the year. Some small, some big. Our biggest event being Fall Fest, which is usually sometime the end of September, early October. That features a Saturday night concert with fireworks, and then the next day is full of rides and games and prizes and vendors and food trucks. So that is our biggest event, attracting around 5,000 people to that event. But then we have other ones. We have movies, outdoor movies during the summer. We have concerts. This year we're doing this cool cookout with the cops, where the cops are coming to our playground, the police department. And cooking hamburgers and hot dogs and, getting out in the community and meeting the residents and the kids and, trying to build a tight-knit relationship between the police force and the residents.
That's excellent.
That's cool. We don't forget about our furry friends either. After our pool closes, we invite them to come and they can sign up and bring their dog and swim in the pool. And then another one coming up for us, I guess, is in June. It's Juneteenth, where we partner with the African American Affinity Group from the Beachwood City Schools. And we celebrate the history, the culture of the Black community. And we have, 70 to 80 Black-owned vendors that come out and have all their cool stuff. We have some history, lessons, songs, dance, fun. It's an awesome time.
Yeah, and the food's always great there. There's a lot of opportunity to be able to really see some of the culture that's been built and some of the amazing items that these small business owners have put together in our marketing within our community.
Absolutely.
So that's fantastic. And what I think is great is that all of these events that you have, not all of them, but a good majority of them, enable some dialogue with area business owners as well. So there's opportunities for businesses to get involved, and that might be through booths or other type of engagement. What are some of the ways that businesses can participate?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on where you're at and what you want to do, I guess. But yeah, a simple booth space on an event, is a 10 by 10 space. You bring your tent and table and chairs, and how you want to interact with the crowd is up to you.
Yeah. And from a business to consumer opportunity, that's incredible. And I think it even provides that opportunity to really engage with customers that you already have here within the city. It enables you to connect with new prospective customers, and it brings you the opportunity to be more face-to-face. We're in kind of a digital world now, right? So as business owners, we love the opportunity to be able to get out, talk with consumers, get an idea for what people are changing, how people are changing and evolving, and what some of their needs are, and how we can help them and assist them, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a unique way, and I think a lot of businesses forget about that. Very busy, and you're at a desk a lot, and you're putting out stuff, and you're marketing that way. But to actually get to talk to your consumer is, invaluable. Yeah. Especially for a small business or even a nonprofit business. You may be selling a product, but you might also want people on your board. You need board members for your nonprofit or something like that. So maybe there's a cause someone didn't realize there was a foundation here that I could become a part of and help out.
And you're exactly right that, it kind of caters itself to a lot of different industries. Oftentimes you'll see representation from insurance companies or banks, but even companies that are selling some of their unique items, right? I mean, retail's a big component of it too. We have a new business here within the community, and Kate, who does some really nice purses and Skyline paraphernalia. So it's great to be able to bring those kind of things together. Overall, how can businesses sort of prepare themselves for coming into these opportunities, Ryan? Do you have some suggestions from the graphic design element? What can businesses put together to be able to showcase themselves well in these events?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, signing up's only half the battle, right? So then you want to have a plan that you can execute and take to the event. So, talk to your event organizer, understand what the audience is going to be. Are you talking, interacting with families and kids, or these older adults and seniors, and kind of see, tailor your plan to them and see what your audience is. Some really good things, that we've seen in the past, like at our B2B Expo, the city was going last fall, put together an engaging it was during the Guardians playoff run. So we put together a baseball field, and they kind of threw Velcro balls at positions on the field, and those corresponded with questions and freebies to engage the participants that were there. Something kind of fun, get them laughing, get them talking, to kind of build out something to bring people into you.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. And I think it's important to really be able to share your brand, right? And you become the brand. It's almost like that humanization of your business when you're out there engaging with other consumers and with customers. So having that opportunity to be able to showcase well is important. And there's probably other ways in which business owners can engage with the city also, right? You have a Parks and Recreations guide that goes out monthly. I've seen some businesses that have been able to put together some programming to participate in that. Is that a common thing?
Yeah. I mean, if there's different ways to participate, like you just said. So, from the small vendor booth up to a big sponsorship. And with, a big sponsorship does include some logos that Ryan puts together, and puts together some great packages that you could be included in our recreation guide that you mentioned that goes to every household and every business in the city, which is a pretty substantial mailing list. It could be brand recognition. It could be come visit us. It could be coupon. It could be something, whatever the client wants.
Yes.
But it's like Ryan had mentioned, it's the communication with the event organizer. And we need to know what you want out of it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times the company isn't the person who's the creative, who comes up with this baseball idea.
Yeah.
So that's where we fall. And I think that's where my background is really trying to do sponsorship activation and fulfillment so that they don't just sit here and hope people are going to come to their booth because they're going to be disappointed. So what do you want out of it? And then we kind of put our brains together in our department to say, okay, how can we attract kids, families, whoever they want to come to their booth and really highlight them and promote them.
And I think it's incredible the way you guys have put some of these games together. You've really done some amazing things to be able to make it interactive for the families, which is awesome. I mean, that's really going above and beyond.
That's a great point. I mean, you want to become part of the event itself. You don't just want to be a table, person sitting behind a table. Another great example is of kind of that partnership aspect is this spring we got involved with T3 Performance at UH.
Yes.
And they came in, sat down with us a couple times, and we built something out where they are doing some programming with us. Our summer camps are going out to them this year to work with them. But then they're coming to us at our events, and they're going to do some measuring of vertical jumps and 40-yard dash speeds for kids to kind of show off what they do, but build out a fun contest for them to kind of compete in with each other, and attend some of our athletic programming to give some one-on-one coaching and things like that. So, it went kind of even beyond sponsorship and more of a partnership where kind of it's programming kind of intermixed with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will tell you, just from my standpoint, you have the beautiful sign now that goes in front of City Hall. I at least see a lot of the sponsors listed there, when there are big events. One that sticks in mind is Crestmont Cadillac. They've been a sponsor of many of the events over the years, and I continue to see that name recognition being associated with the events that they're doing. And I know for businesses that are out there at these events, a lot of times they're gaining exposure even beyond the event. right? So photographs are being taken, there's stories being written about the event itself. And a lot of times they're even incorporated into newsletters and digital newsletters. And they're seen even beyond the life of the event. Do you feel that's happening on a regular basis?
Yeah, we really want to hit all channels. So whether it's print, digital, email list, our digital signboard, we really want to hit every demographic from all marketing channels and really get them exposure. And yeah, I mean, our Facebook photos and albums live on well beyond the event. You can always go and search those. And we appreciate, companies' support of those programs.
Yeah. I the one thing I will say is in talking with business owners that have come out to the events, they just rave about the opportunities that they have to be able to engage with such a vast amount of residents and even other business owners that are here within the community. And they really express to me their gratitude for the opportunity to be there. And I know it's sometimes not always an event where business owners can come, but they can always volunteer and they can get involved in other ways. The Chamber of Commerce is usually out at a lot of these events. The Historic Society is out there, the schools. So even the community-based approach can be a big component of engaging with others and finding new connection points. Are there any other things that you think would be advantageous to talk about? I'd love to know just maybe a little bit more about the costs associated with some of the opportunities, if you could share that.
Yeah. I mean, I will say for any companies, if you see an event, they probably want help with it. So you may not be able to come to your door and say, hey, we'd love you to be a sponsor because, especially in this community, we have so many businesses. But if you see something even in our community or in another community, reach out and I guarantee they want you involved somehow.
Yes.
In manpower, donations, any way we could work together. And then it's really up to you how much involved you want to be, like Ryan was mentioning about the cost. A vendor booth, if you just want to come have a booth space, $25 to $50 depending on the event. You want Ryan to include your name on our flyers or social media or on our website with direct links to everything, that could go up to being, a few $100s. If you want your name on every single piece of marketing collateral we do and banners and posters and get on stage during our concert and welcome everyone. And, we're talking a few $1,000s. But I will say, I think most of our sponsors come back the next year.
Absolutely. I've seen they are dedicated and ready to come back every time, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to measure ROI in sponsorship.
Yeah.
It's hard to calculate that monetarily, but I know when they come back the next year that it was beneficial to them. And that's what we are here for. And it's easier to retain a sponsor than finding a new one. So, we're happy when the sponsor comes back year after year. And hopefully sometimes we'll even do maybe a slight discount on the sponsorship fee if we can sign a multi-year deal. So we're not, filling all these contracts out and stuff.
And it's only advantageous for the businesses to do that because it kind of brands them around that particular event, I think. And it makes gives them the opportunity to kind of strategically plan year to year on how to go into that event. So I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed the conversation. Thank you. It's been a wonderful opportunity to really talk more in depth about the events that are here and how businesses can get engaged. And overall, I would recommend that businesses look at identifying ways in which they can interact more with the local community. Our residents and the community itself is really eager to continue to know more about the businesses that are here within the city of Beachwood. So thank you for sharing your insight with us today. I would encourage businesses to take a look at the website. That's where they can find all the information under the Community Services Department. And on our events page, they can also reach out to the One Stop Business Resource Center. And all of that is available at beachwoodohio.com. So thank you for listening today to the Beachwood Business Compass, and stay tuned for more unique podcasts and discussions on Beachwood's ultra community focused business support tailored to your growing needs.